Hi children, welcome to Science Online class. Hope you all are safe at home. In last class, we learned about parts of leaf and their functions. In this session, we are going to learn about classification of plants. Here shows the classification of plants in detail. Plants are classified in many ways based on stems, lifespan, seeds, flower, and color. In this session, we will study about the classification of plants based on the flower and color. Now children, look at the mind map and learn properly. Plants are divided into two that are based on flower and based on color. Based on flower, plants are divided into two, that is flowering plants and non-flowering plants. Based on color, plants are divided into two, that is green plants and non-green plants. The example for flowering plants are neem and mango. Example for non-flowering plants are algae, fungi and ferns. Example for green plants are grass, algae and paddy. Example for non-green plants are fungi. Flower is the most important part of many plants because it is involved in reproduction. But some of the plants are not having flower. These plants are also reproduced in different modes. Based on these plants can be divided into two types. They are flowering plants and non-flowering plants. Plants bearing flowers are called flowering plants. It reproduces by sex cells or gametes and produce seeds. Seeds produce new plants. Example for flowering plants are mango, neem, groundnut and paddy. Plants without flower that can reproduce are called non-flowering plants. These plants do not produce seeds. They reproduce by a special structure called spores. Example for non-flowering plants are algae, fungi and ferns. The most important pigment present in plants are called chlorophyll. Based on the color present in the plant, they are divided into two groups such as green and non-green plants. Plants containing green pigments are called green plants. It looks green in color. They prepare their own food with the help of them. It depends atmosphere, light and pigment for food preparation. Green plants are commonly called autotrophs. Example for green plants are grass, paddy and algae. Plant that lacks chlorophyll pigment and looks not green are called non-green plants. They cannot prepare their food. These plants depend on other organisms for their food and living place. These are commonly called heterotrophs. So heterotrophs means it is an organism that cannot produce its own food, instead taking nutrition sources from other plants or animals. Example for non-green plants are mushroom, bread molds and bracket fungi. Now children, let me recall few facts about classification of plants. Algae is an example for non-flowering plant. Plants are classified based on pigment and flower of the plant. Non-green plants depend on other organisms to live and get their food. Autotrophs use atmosphere, light and chlorophyll to prepare their own food. Children, today's activity is that look at the places around your home and identify flowering plants and non-flowering plants, green plants and non-green plants, and note down in your textbook or